Sales volume for the month are up 40%. Does that mean that the Toronto real estate market is back? Stay tuned and watch this episode, and we'll dive into the numbers for November 2024. Okay, so before we dive in, make sure you follow us on YouTube, like this video, and also follow us on our socials, such as Instagram. All right, so let's dive into the November numbers. What's going on? Well, sales volume, as I said at the top of the video, is up a whopping 40%. That's year over year. Does that mean the market's back? Well, not quite. I mean, yes, encouraging that we're seeing increased volume, and that's primarily twofold. I mean, rates have come down. We've just had another 50 basis point drop from the Bank of Canada, so that helps. But again, this was from November, and the rate drop was just in December. But there's also a new mortgage rule change, which we went through in the last month's video, which takes effect for closings after December 15th. So what we saw in the latter part of November is an increase in volume with anticipation of these mortgage rule changes coming into effect, which makes it a little bit easier for buyers to qualify. Now, is this going to significantly change the market? No, but it's a small step in the right direction to gaining back to the market that, let's call it pre-COVID, where we had a little bit more normalized sales volume. Okay, so what about active listings? Like, what's happening there? So active listings are up 30%. So quick math to say, wow, sales volume are up 40%, active listings are 30%. So what is the absorption rate? Like, what is the months of inventory? So it's interesting what's happening is that there's a real dichotomy in the market right now. Like the single family freehold detached market is very competitive, whereas the condo market is not. Like, just as an example, if we look at November's numbers, the months of inventory for condos in the GTA is 6.6 months. Yes, it's down a little bit from earlier this fall and late summer, but the detached market is 0.9 months of inventory. So we've seen another drop. Now, does that mean, what does that mean? Well, certainly what we're seeing, feet to the ground, is we're seeing freehold detached, even semi-detached properties being very competitive, in the sense that if you're buying in the, what I call entry level, like in, Toronto Central, West East, sort of like close to the core, those markets are very competitive, whereas condos are taking a lot longer to sell. Now, we're noticing the downtown market improving ever so slightly, but I think it's going to take some time to get the market back. Why is that? Well, typically investors make up around 35 to 40% of all condo purchases in a given year. And with rates being where they are now, really the numbers are starting to, or they really don't align in terms from a cash flow perspective. So, what do we expect? Well, we're expecting rates to come down further in 2025. So that will mean that investors will slowly get back into the market as rates improve and rents increase. All right, so average price, what's happening year over year? We're up 2.6%, which, again, isn't significant. When we see sales volume increase by 40%, you would expect prices to come up a little bit. But, really what we've had, and, if you've watched these videos the last several months, there's excess inventory on the market. So it's taking a while for the inventory to be absorbed. And, we're predicting that this will probably be the case for the next 3 to 4 months. Now, where will we be spring 2025? I don't know, but certainly these numbers are encouraging for a rebound in Toronto real estate for Q1 or maybe Q2 more realistically in 2025. So we shall see what happens. All right. So average price month over month, we're actually down 2.5%. A little bit surprising given that we've seen a huge surge in volume. But again, take this with a grain of salt, because it really depends on the basket of properties that have sold month over month. So really, like, average price is not a great indicator. Like HPI, which is a house price index that's put out by the Toronto Real Estate Board, is a little bit of a better metric in terms of actually valuing what the average prices are month over month. But maybe there were a greater mix of condo sales or lower price sales that made up for this number. So again, don't read too much into this. All right, so this concludes our monthly video for November. So make sure that you stay tuned for our next video. We are going to produce a predictions video for next month. So what's going to happen for the real estate in 2025? That's usually our most popular video. So stay tuned for that. And of course, we're going to talk about the real estate market and what to expect in after reviewing the December numbers and doing a little bit of a year in review. Anyways, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next month. Bye for now.